It's more than just football, it's orange power. 12 bowl game victories, 26 All-Americans, 2 members of the NFL Hall of Fame, and the 1988 Heisman Trophy winner. Can you feel it? Inside Cowboy Football starts right now.
Welcome to Inside Cowboy Football, originating from the site of Oklahoma State's opening win over Washington State as we stand on the field here at Quest Field in Seattle, one of the great venues for football in America. And the Cowboys were outstanding in special teams and put together a solid effort defensively as OSU rolled to a 39-13 victory. The Cowboy defense held Washington State to only 13 points, the fewest points allowed by the Cowboys against a BCS opponent since 2004. Coming up, highlights from the first half when Inside Cowboy Football continues.
It's been one of the best games we've ever played here as a team. When the defense, on the offense couldn't do it, the defense rose to the occasion. Then the offense finally did it, the defense stopped them again, the game's over.
Oh yeah, we definitely did really well today. There's always room for improvement, but it's a great way to start off the season.
You're watching Inside Cowboy Football.
Welcome back to Inside Cowboy Football, joined by Oklahoma State head football coach Mike Gundy. And first of all, just some general thoughts on your victory.
Well, it was a great win for us to play on the road against a BCS school in a very loud stadium. We had been told that this would be a loud site, but we thought, where we played in the Big 12, and then obviously we played at Georgia last year, but it was loud here. It was very loud. We had some communication problems in the first quarter, slowed us down a little bit, but defensively, boy, our guys kept us in it. They just kept playing hard and slowed them down. They had to keep hunting it back to us, and then special teams was tremendous. But we've been here for 2 days. We've had a great 2 days. It's a beautiful place here. The players have really had the opportunity to enjoy each other, and to compete in an NFL stadium like this was really neat. Yesterday when we came over for our pre-practice, the players took pictures for 10 minutes, and at times, they're 18, 19, 20-year-olds. They try to act like it's not that big a deal, but when they got in here, they were taking pictures and really enjoying themselves. So it was a tremendous trip for the players, and obviously to come away from a win makes it that much more better.
As we look at what happened early in the game, talk about the special teams. You had 2 long returns, and one by Des Bryant of 42 yards that set up a field goal on what was your first offensive possession, then Ricky Price with a 67-yarder.
Well, they did a great job, and a lot of credit has to go to Joe DeForest, and he's done our special teams coordinating for a long time, and he works hard at it. It's a tireless job. It's nonstop, and nowadays you have more special teams than ever. It can be difficult and take a lot of hours, but then some of the other coaches have contributed more this year, and I think we've benefited from that. We had great returns, and it was really nice to see Dez get involved in the return game. We tried to do some of that last year, and we really couldn't. He hadn't matured enough. We did it in the bowl game. But Dez has matured more now. He understands his body. He understands fatigue, and he can come back from it. And then to see Ricky Price do it was really neat. I thought Ricky was going to go all the way.
You were talking about the special teams duties. You have sort of divvied that up a little bit, which helps, as you were telling me earlier this week, things on the defensive side as well as on the special teams side. Boy, as you said, the results were very evident.
Well, in the first game they were, and I thought Coach Beck and the defensive staff were tremendous. Both sides of the ball we came in a little blind. We didn't have any idea what they were going to do on defense. And offensively we had somewhat of an idea, but still, when you don't have tape to watch, it can be extremely difficult to prepare. But I thought that Coach Beck did a tremendous job, and his staff, and then the special teams coaches were great. But overall, this was a great team effort for us. We had special teams, the defense, and then in the latter part of the game, the offense kind of took it over. So it was a great win on the road.
One more thought on the defense in the first half, a safety. First one since 2001, and the defense gets a shutout in the first half.
Well, and you bring up a good point, because the safety is such a downer for the offense on the other team. It's only 2 points, but it's such a downer that you got trapped in your own end zone. And it was similar to what happened to us in the scrimmage.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very similar with Jure, and I think it was Jeremiah maybe.
It was.
That made the play in the scrimmage 3 weeks ago. And it's really a downer for the other team when you trap them back there and get a safety.
Now Rodgers goes to the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Takes a snap, fakes a handoff, blitz comes, he's hit, the ball is fumbled, and it's recovered by Washington State back at the 36-yard line. Des Bryant deep to return, standing at the Cowboy 30. It'll be his first return, and a line drive spiral taken by Bryant at the 32. Up the middle to the 40, 45, midfield, makes a cut at the 40, 35 of Washington State, and tackled at the Cougar 26-yard line. Zach takes a snap, hands it off to Hunter, zone read up the middle to the 10, and he's dropped inside the 10 at the 7. So Dan Bailey is in to try a 26-yard field goal from the dead center of the field. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. It's high and long, and it's good. So far, Brandon Gibson, the All Pac-10 receiver, has not caught a pass. Here comes a blitz. Rodgers takes the snap, has time, tries to dump it short over the middle, and it's broken up, incomplete. Rodgers under center on 2nd and 8. Hands it off to Ivory. Hit in the backfield and just swung and flung down by Ugo Chanasa. Zach takes the snap. Out of the shotgun, drops back, throws over the middle. The pass is caught by Bo Bowling in Washington State territory to the 45 and tackled at the 44-yard line. Junior college transfer Bo Bowling has never played wide receiver. He was a junior college quarterback, and he looked like a veteran there, making his first collegiate catch for a big gain. Robinson under center, takes a snap, fakes a handoff, rolling out to his right. He can run for a while to the 30, right sideline 25, makes a cut, and is upended at the Washington State 22. Robinson takes a snap, pitches it to Kendall Hunter, right side, makes a cut to the middle to the 5, and he bulls his way into the end zone. Pistols firing, touchdown Oklahoma State, Kendall Hunter from 11 yards out. Rodgers under center, takes a snap, pitches it right side to Tardy, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped for a 1-yard loss. Tardy in a one-back set. Rodgers under center on 2nd and 12 from the Cougar 3. A handoff to Tardy. He's hit in the end zone, bounces free. He's hit again, and put your hands up over your head and put them together. It's a safety for the Cowboy defense. Robinson in the shotgun. Takes the snap, blitz coming, drops back, throws right side, high throw, and a leaping catch made. Bryant's out for this snap. Jeremy Broadway in, and Robinson hands it off to Hunter, left side to the 20, cuts to the middle to the 15, inside the 10. Zach Allen will snap, Matt Fodge will hold. Should be the last play of the half. Snap back, ball down, a kick on the way. It's high and long, and it's good.
You're watching Inside Cowboy Football. It was a season like no other. A lightly recruited tailback from Wichita, Kansas would rewrite the college football record books.
Well, I've said I've always had an advantage in that had the opportunity to hand the ball off to the best running back that's ever played college football and stand behind him and watch him make his cuts and run through the defenders.
From the opening kickoff return in Stillwater to the Holiday Bowl in San Diego, 1988 will be a season that Cowboy fans will never forget.
Those records and the things that we witnessed were Michael Jordan. I mean, they're really, really monumental numbers.
Barry Sanders ran his way into history with 34 NCAA records and the coveted Heisman Trophy. It was, and still is, the single greatest season a running back has ever produced. Sit back as we relive Sanders' magical performances game by game with two men who had front row seats to the greatest show on turf.
Leading into that opening ball game of the season, of course, we had lost Thurman Thomas, obviously the great All-American tailback the year before. Our stock answer, and we knew we were going to have a good football team, but our stock answer to, well, how can you replace Thurman Thomas, simply was, well, we think we're going to be okay. It has gotten lost in the shuffle a little bit with Sanders that he made about half the All-American teams in '87 as a kick returner. He opens the season again in '88 like he had in '87 with a 100-plus yard kickoff return. Again, man among boys, particularly in that ball game, we were quite a bit better than those guys. We knew we were really, really good offensively. I can't remember when we had him, got him out of the ball game. I'm probably early in the third quarter, I would assume. But again, totally man among boys. You know, it's hard, again, for people who didn't see him to understand exactly how explosive and electrifying he was. Opening kickoff, bang, 105 yards or whatever it was, and it was like, hey, this thing's going to be real fun watching this guy.
He was much faster than people thought. He was a legitimate 4.4 guy, but it was very difficult for college players to tackle him. They couldn't get him down. He had great balance, He had great flexibility and great strength. And I just remember that opening kickoff, him being able to return that like he did the year before. Well, I think anytime you do that, it obviously makes it difficult for the other team to get their bearings and get back in the game. Now, we've seen it happen before, but in most cases, when you return the opening kickoff and you see a guy that's as dangerous as he is, it kind of makes a statement. I remember him running the 89-yarder. It was on a draw. I remember him cutting back and taking it all the way down this left sideline over here going west. But other than that, I don't. It's been a long time.
Sanders opened the 1988 season with a bang, returning the opening kickoff 100 yards for a touchdown. He also added 2 more rushing TDs, including an 89-yarder. He finished the day with 178 yards on 18 carries, as OSU beat Miami of Ohio 52-20.
We're back on Inside Cowboy Football. On our first up-close and personal segment, we had a chance to catch Zach Robinson after practice, and we discussed a number of topics, including what he did during the summer.
I went out to the Manning camp and hung out with Peyton and Eli Manning for a while, and just really learned from them and saw how they approach the game, because obviously, you know, they're the best at what they do.
What specifically did you learn from them?
Just how to watch film, you know, how to throw routes to receivers when you go out every day, you know, practice like it's a game and don't just go out to throw. And so just little things like that.
You're sort of the big man on campus. I mean, when we walk around town, the jersey in the store is number 11. What runs through your mind when you see that?
You know, it's a lot of fun. I see it from time to time, or somebody will stop me at a restaurant or something like that, and I just have fun with it, and I'm just really thankful the Lord put me in such a great position.
Your mother is a graduate. Your uncle was a Pistol Pete. Are they having as much fun, if not more, with all this than maybe you are?
Oh, definitely. My mom comes to games, and she's talking to everybody, you know, always just running around talking to her old friends and people that she knows, and so I know my whole family's having a blast with it, and my dad as well. He's actually turned over from being an OU fan because he went there, but you know, they're loving it, and as am I.
Fans consider you to be a physical quarterback. Opponents do too. But since the backups this year really don't have any significant experience, do you feel like you have to be a little bit more careful, or is Zach just going to be Zach?
You know, it's tough to kind of pull the reins back sometimes when you're out there playing. You just want to go out and play like you've always had, and so you know, at times maybe I'll step out a little bit, step out of bounds, but for the most part it's going to be the same old.
Talk about Zach Robinson, what he means to the program.
Well, Zach's been a great leader for us, and he's plays the game for all the right reasons. You know, it's not important to Zach if he gets passing yards or rushing yards or scores touchdowns. He's a team player. He's been very durable for us. He's developed himself into being a great leader, even though he's only played 1 full year. But the players rally around him. They trust his ability. They know that he's eventually going to make a play. He studies the game. Takes a lot of pride in knowing what the defense is going to try to do to him. And he's just been a great player for us. You know, we're very excited about his future.
Coming up, second half highlights of the Cowboys' win over Washington State when Inside Cowboy Football continues. On Inside Cowboy Football with head coach Mike Gundy after Oklahoma State's 39-13 opening victory here on Quest Field in Seattle over the Washington State Cougars. Second half, Washington State comes back. I mean, you're in control. It's 15-0, then 18-0, and then things get a little bit interesting there for a little bit.
You know, it's funny that early in the season we talk about special teams and turnovers decide most of the games. And we were moving the ball in the second half in the first drive, which is always the biggest drive of the game, especially if you have a lead. Because we had a lead at halftime. If you go down and score in the opening drive of the third quarter, you really change the momentum and or keep the momentum on your side. Well, we're moving the ball and Zach threw an interception and gave them some momentum. They went down and scored. We moved the ball a little bit. They held us. Then they go score again. So now it's really loud again. They're within 2 touchdowns. And then Parrish Cox takes it back all the way on a kickoff return.
Boy, he's terrific in kick returns, isn't he?
You know, I'll say this for Parrish. Last year, Parrish didn't play very well, and he didn't really want to give the effort that we wanted him to. And so this year we had him on 3 special teams because he's always been such a good special teams player. And we asked him 2 weeks ago, Parrish, you need us to pull you off of one of them because we need you to play with great effort on defense. And if you're on a special team, we're going to ask you to play hard every snap. And he said, no, I still want to be in the return game. And it's funny when young men decide something they want to accomplish, what he can do. Because when Parrish puts his mind to it, he can make big plays in the kick return game. He has a great feel for seeing that seam. Then when he gets out there, it's over. When Dez and Ricky got out there, I wasn't able to say that, but on the headphones, when Parrish got out there, I said, it's over, guys. They're not going to catch him because he's so good at accelerating in the open field.
It was 25-13. Washington State, again, as you mentioned, able to get some things going offensively. It's a two-score game. You get the ball back, needing points on the board, and you just go to Des Bryant. I mean, it's just pretty simple. Des Bryant.
Well, they had overloaded the box, and they were playing a lot of man coverage and just trying to force the issue. My guess is their thought was we're not going to let them run the ball effectively and use the clock. And when they do that, we have to be willing to throw the ball to Dez. And he's so good at going up and using the vertical leap and putting a body on the defender and taking the ball out of the air. He's as good as anybody I've ever been around. And so he was huge in this game, controlling the clock late by just throwing the ball to him.
Good snap. Wagner steps into it. Knuckleball down the center of the field. Price takes it at the 15, on the run to the 20, 25, right sideline 30. Cuts to the middle to the 40, to midfield. Breaks a tackle at midfield. Down the center of the field, 40, 30, 25, 20. An ankle tackled at the 18-yard line. Snap back, ball down. The kick is on the way. It's high and long, and it's good. Rooney's kickoff into the wind will be taken by Cox, left hash mark at the 10, straight ahead to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, veers to his left to midfield. He's gone, folks. Good night, Vienna. A 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Parrish Cox. Rogers under center, pitches it to Tardy, tries to turn the corner left side, and he's hit and drugged down from behind. Second and goal from the 5. It's a handoff to Tardy, right side, and he's smothered for a 1-yard loss back at the 6. Zach Robinson changing the play himself, gets a shotgun snap, sets up, throws it deep down the near side, and a leaping catch is made by Des Bryant at the 44-yard line of Washington State. Zach now retreats to the shotgun, gets the snap, floats it down the left side. Another leaping catch is made by Bryant, and he's tackled at the 11-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 1. The Cowboys have it. Robinson, quarterback sneak, leaps over the top of the pile, and he's into the end zone. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Rogers out of the shotgun, takes a snap, throws short, near side. The pass is broken up, incomplete at the 33-yard line. After the penalty, it's 3rd and 11 for Washington State, and Rogers rolling out to his right, throws it down the field. It's intercepted. Justin Jent with his first career interception, and he falls out of bounds at the Washington State 39. On 2nd and 12, Robinson pitches it to Hunter, right side to the 35, and he's dropped at the 34. Robinson hands it off to Hunter, big hole up the middle to the 15 and all the way down to the Washington State 10. Cowboys up 32-13. And Robinson hands it off to Hunter, up the middle, huge hole, and he bursts into the end zone untouched. Pistols firing, touchdown Oklahoma State, Kendall Hunter. And Rogers hands the ball off to Tardy, and he is hit immediately. Robinson under center, takes the snap, pitches it to Toasted, running on the left side to the 35, still turning his legs, and he dives forward for the first down to the Washington State 31. Final score, Oklahoma State 39, Washington State 13. Welcome back to Inside Cowboy Football, and we're with head coach Mike Gundy for the last time on this program. And next up, your home opener against the Houston Cougars.
Well, we're very excited to be back home, playing in front of the Sea of Orange, and, we have the new arena now, Stadium Arena. I don't know what you call it now because it's got that bold.
But you like it no matter what you call it.
That's right. The west end zone is beautiful. We need to fill those seats up. We need to pack the house and make it louder than it was here today in Seattle. But the players will be excited about it. We have an open day from school on Monday, obviously with Labor Day, so it changes our schedule a little bit. But there's nothing like playing at home, nothing like playing in front of the Sea of Orange. And coming home with a great victory like this, I'm sure that we should sell a lot more tickets and get a lot of people in the stands and really make it difficult on Houston.
Won't be an easy game. Houston's a quality team.
Well, they've been to a bowl numbers of years in a row, and they've got good players, and I guess, what, 2-3 years ago they beat us.
That's
down
right.
there. So there are not any easy wins nowadays with spread offenses and the forward pass, the 40-second clock. You got to be ready to play every week.
That's head coach Mike Gundy, and for the Cowboy head coach, I'm Dave Hunziker. Thanks for watching Inside Cowboy Football.